Hello, addicts, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Addict. Today we will be discussing my 2020 prediction for Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is my home park, and I have frequently visited Six Flags Magic Mountain over the past years and recorded multiple videos, multiple POVs. So check out my channel if you want more of that. Today we will be discussing my prediction for 2020. I've predicted multiple things that have actually happened at Six Flags before, years before they actually had happened. I predicted Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom 4 years before it ever was even an idea or created. I've predicted them repainting Superman. I've predicted multiple things. So let's get into it. Now, everyone on YouTube has been predicting that Six Flags Magic Mountain will get a Sky Screamer. Now let me tell you why that's impossible and that will never happen. As a perfect example is look what happened at Knott's Berry Farm. In 2000, I think it was 10 or 11, Knott's Berry Farm decided to install a similar ride, and it was called Windseeker. That ride had so many technical problems, and I think it left riders stranded for 3 or 4 hours, and that's why they ended up closing it. But it was also due to multiple things. Because after Windseeker, I think California did some code enforcements. And if we look at Six Flags Magic Mountain, they have a Sky Tower. And ever since those code enforcements have been implied, the Sky Tower has been closed. So Six Flags cannot install a Sky Screamer because of the codes and regulations now set in place because of Windseeker. Also, California is known for earthquakes, so it only makes sense that they don't allow something like that. But then again, you look at Lex Luthor's Drop of Doom, which is also a tall drop tower ride in Superman. So I'm not 100% sure where the codes and regulations fall, but I know for a fact that they will never install a Sky Screamer. So that rumor is completely just impossible. I don't even know why people are even thinking that. And even if they did install a Sky Screamer, what a crappy ride for them to install at such a park like Six Flags Magic Mountain. How can you install a Sky Screamer at a flagship park? Anyway, let's get into the 2020 prediction. So, the whole area where I think this is all going to take place is over here where Tidal Wave sits, between Tidal Wave, Green Lantern, and this warehouse area. Now, if you look on the first picture, we have Tidal Wave highlighted here and the whole surrounding area. That is a lot of room. If they remove Tidal Wave, that's a few acres right there. In this next picture, I have the warehouse highlighted. Now, this warehouse used to be a maze for Fright Fest, and it changed multiple times over the years. It used to be Brutal Planet, then it became Slaughterhouse, and then it became, I think, Weeping Willows or something like that. And then it was left for like 3 or 4 years just abandoned. And now people are saying that it's being used as a warehouse to hold the stuffed animals for the game area. So that alone is a lot of land right there. Now this next picture, I'll show you the land where Green Lantern is. Look at all that land as well. In this next photo, look at this entire area. Imagine if they took out Tidal Wave, the warehouse, and Green Lantern. Do you see the massive land that they have to work with right here? That's bigger than Batman's surrounding area. I think that's bigger than Riddler's Revenge as well. And not only that, they can do multiple things within this area. Because if you see, I don't know what they call it now, but I know that over by Riddler's, it used to be called the Movie District. I don't know what the new name for that area is. But then on the other side where Green Lantern is, that's DC Universe. So if they took all of this out, they can finally connect Batman's area and Riddler's Revenge's area together and make it all one land. Imagine if they did that. Then it would be one huge DC land connected, and it would all finally make sense. Because the fact that those two lands are separated, it kind of never made sense to me. So imagine if they connected these two lands, and then on top of connecting these two lands, they added rides. I don't think they would add just one thing in this area. I think they would add multiple things. But my prediction for this area is that they're going to tear down Tidal Wave, they're going to tear down Green Lantern, and they're going to tear down that warehouse. And in its place, they're going to build a spinning coaster. Just like the one at Knott's, like Sierra Sidewinder, or the other clones where it's that Harley Quinn spin coaster. It's going to be something like that, or maybe even themed after the Joker. And not only are they going to have this spin coaster there, but they're going to probably add 3 or 4 new flat rides to fill in this area because it's such a huge area. And the thing that we get from this is it connects both the lands and it just makes sense. Right now, the way it sits, it makes absolutely no sense why these two lands haven't been connected yet. And let's be honest, nobody likes Green Lantern. Green Lantern's hands down the worst roller coaster ever created. Nobody likes Green Lantern, and we all know it's on its way out. No matter how many rumors come out that Six Flags is going to save it or bring it back, it's gone. There's going to be no Green Lantern no more. Then you look over at Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is a mess. Look at its tracking. It's already rusty. It's old. Tidal Wave has been there forever. It's time for Tidal Wave to go. It had its day. It's done. That's already obsolete. Then you have this warehouse, which was used for Fright Fest. Now it's just holding stuffed animals. That's useless. All these rides and attractions that are in this area are not being used except for Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is still running, but Tidal Wave is not running as good as you think. Look how long it takes for that ride to climb up its lift hill and finally make its course. Like, that ride should have been closed and demolished years ago. Green Lantern sits abandoned. The warehouse basically sits abandoned because it's not used for Fright Fest no more. So basically, they're taking out these 3 things that are useless at this point, and they can create something amazing. And also, on top of having not only these rides and this space where the warehouse is, not only will they have all this land, but they'll finally connect the 2 areas together and create one giant DC universe. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that this is a possibility? Do you still feel that they're going to build a Sky Screamer? I highly doubt they're going to build that, but tell me what you think. Yeah, just tell me your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them. A lot of people have been debating this, and I haven't heard one person yet really dive deep into this possibility. And I could just see it. It just shows the signs because they've thrown so much money into Tidal Wave, and they just have been trying over the years to keep this ride open, and I don't even know why they're still doing it. Time for Tidal Wave to go. Green Lantern has been on its way out. It's already nothing. And that warehouse is just sitting there, just wasted land. These 2 attractions in that warehouse is just wasted land. I really hope Six Flags dives in and starts to renovate this area because it has so much potential. Because not only can they connect both the DC lands together, but over where Tidal Wave is, they can even connect where the game area is. It would just all tie in nicely, and the traffic in the park would flow so much better if these 2 lands were connected. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this whole project. And before I go, I just got to say, West Coast Racers is taking so long for them to finish. What do you guys think about that as well? I hate to say it, but I think they're not going to be done with West Coast Racers until Fright Fest. I have a feeling that Fright Fest is going to be their opening. If not, it has to be September. There's no way they're going to finish that much work in August. Anyway, leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks.